Well, looking forward to this group. Looking forward to seeing their experience and seeing how it kind of plays out. We got a lot of returning guys. Looking forward to seeing how we're going to put the team together, the different roles as we go forward, how they're going to deal with the road, how they're going to deal with home, all the things. We waited, as everybody has, we waited a long time to play outside competition, so we are really looking forward to seeing what we need to do, where we're at, and the things that we need to do in order to get better and see how we stack up.
Went through summer ball and fall practice, and then finally got to spring practice. What did you learn in the last couple weeks that you saw the guys?
I think the team's close. I do. I believe the team's close. They have a lot of unity with one another, and that's gonna be needed, and it will pay dividends as the season continues to unfold because it's a long year. And I learned that as we all believe, freshmen that come in, it's a challenge for them. So new for them, the amount of work, the amount of reps, that the evaluations of them in the beginning aren't always going to be as consistent as where they are right now. So there's been a lot of guys that have gotten better, which is great. Great for the depth of the team.
Who are some of the guys that you're expecting to step up this season?
Well, I think you got Juan Avila, who's a 4-year guy here. You got Maguillon, who's a 4-year guy here. You have Eno Patron, who's a 3-year guy. McNeil. You've got guys like John Maciel. We do have a few injuries with Strufing and Friedrichs and Bukakis not being able to play. And then Prigatano will be better this year than last year. So there is a lot of leadership within the unit itself. And I think all of those guys have expectations, and all of those guys have a lot of experience under their belt. And I think the majority of the team, for the most part, understands what it takes to win versus 2 years ago when they didn't really understand how to do that. And, that's the goal is hopefully that they coach themselves as much as we have helped them, but the experience that they've gone through will enable them to deal with, taking blows on the field and trying to give blows back and just managing moments as best as possible.
How do you see a guy like Avila, a fourth-year senior, a guy that started for, a good part of 3 seasons, taking a leadership role for this year's team?
I think it's purely by example. I think that's one of his greatest assets. But at the same time, he doesn't panic, and that's a testament to him. Just because he has one bad at bat, it's not going to bleed into the next bad at bat, and he just understands the pulse, and he understands, being able to manage situations. And I think he provides a calming effect, for the guys. But at the same time, I have seen him be vocal, through what it is that they want to try to get done, if it's 1 inning to this inning or whatever it may be. So, he's a steady Eddie on the emotional side. Which is extremely important, and it starts to affect the rest of the guys, especially those first-year guys.
Yeah. Moving to the other half of the field, what do you look to see from the pitching staff this year, probably specifically Maciel and Shane Carl?
Yeah, I think, we have enough bodies, there's no question. We need to establish roles. With Strufing being out and Friedrichs being out, those 2 guys kind of solidify. It's 85 innings from your Saturday starter and 10 saves from Friedrich. So, we do have other candidates, but we will use this early part of the season to try to determine the various options that we see. But I think from the staff's perspective is be aggressive. Let's not give up free 90s. Let's not give up free opportunities. Start the bat, force some contact, let your guys help behind you. And just fill up the strike zone as best as possible by being aggressive in the strike zone. And that's really the biggest thing I can ask of them. And with Moss and Carl, those guys will lead the way, and they have good stuff. And, but it's going to be a learning experience because neither of those guys have started a Division I baseball before.